Welcome back to another vlog. Let's get right into it. I made my mango smoothie Tuesday today and I don't have a shift, so I thought I'd make it a work from home vlog. I've got to create emails for the next 2 weeks. We would like to have emails ready to go for at least a month, but I think if I kept it fresh, it just feels more authentic as well, that I'm kind of like conversating with them as something pops up in my mind. 2 really exciting releases coming soon for summer/Ramadan. I need to get an update from them today regarding how far my samples are, so I'm able to try them on, finalize, and finally pay for the bulk order. I've got to do a bunch of editing today, so I've got to do a couple of YouTube vlogs. I have to edit content for the next about 2 weeks or so. What's to be done, and the most important thing, which I've been putting it off for a while because I feel like it's a lot of pressure, but I need to finalize designs for Ramadan and Eid. Exciting things coming up. Exciting, very exciting. I'm gonna send my manufacturer's clothing label because I just recently changed manufacturers, which makes it so much easier that they do the production, pop the label on, pop them in packets, and send them to us all ready to roll. To receive my samples, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to like wear it and show you guys. And you wouldn't expect Modestly would release something like that, but hey, you know, summer's here, we've got to get with the seasonal times. Oh my god, I just filmed like this whole thing and then I realized I wasn't even filming. Anyway, so my last manufacturers that I worked with, there were a couple, one from Dubai and the other one from China. UAE decided not to manufacture the Eliane pleated abayas anymore, and that really put us out without any notice. Like it was like a week's notice, and we're like, great, like this abaya is going so well, we can't order it in more colors and things like that. But anyway, we moved away from her and we stuck with our manufacturer that made our pleated blazer sets, and obviously they've got, you know, amazing quality and everything, which we're really happy to work with, but they just made so many mistakes. We just decided to look elsewhere, and I've been contacting like a bunch of manufacturers, and it's been so difficult. Like I can't believe nobody wants to make, well, the majority of manufacturers out there, they don't want to do production for plus size, unless you do like a huge minimum order quantity, which is huge for a small business like me. But yeah, so I've just been really put out because I've contacted all these manufacturers and they seem like they're reputable companies. They've been in the modest wear industry for many, many years. But when I said to them, you know, like this is one of my conditions, which I can't, it's not negotiable for me. I need to have plus size options for my customers because we're an inclusive brand and we do offer that. They just straight up refused and said they're not gonna do it. I was filming and it stopped again. Anyways, what I was saying was, you know, basically they refused and said that they can't make plus size outfits, and it would just cost so much more for me as a small business because it would be like a minimum order quantity of, like, say if it usually would be 50 pieces, it would have to be 100 or 150 or something, so it would be more than double, which would cost me a lot, and I would be able to offer you less variety of pieces. But I remember when I was like, you know, up to age 20, it was like double XS, and it was so embarrassing to shop anywhere because I didn't have size options. It wasn't fun shopping when you're extremely slim. It was just unfair, and I find it just weird and bizarre that they wouldn't offer people plus size modest wear, and if we don't, then how do we expect people to wear modest clothing? Anyway, I said no, like I wouldn't work with them either. Moved on and I found a couple of suppliers that are able to do that. I'm really happy to work with, and now they're sending me samples, and inshallah in my next video I will be showing you those samples that Modesty hasn't done before. So I'm excited to be offering you guys some variety this year and next year, inshallah. I'm gonna go eat something while I work, and then I'll be filming, editing. I just can't believe I was filming this whole time. I was like talking to myself for 5 minutes and it wasn't filming the entire time.
Story in the Quran about someone who has been through a lot of trauma, a lot of difficult situations, you want to call it, and Allah helps them reframe the past so they can step up for the future as Muslim.
Hey guys, so it's been a few days and I completely just lost motivation to film when I was just filming and editing vlogs and just drafting up emails and things. But here I am, it's a Sunday and we are just continuing doing work. I've got my black coffee here. A little bit low-key annoyed because I contacted my manufacturers and oh my gosh, so the lady that I've been working with, she's new and I'm just having a little bit of a difficult time communicating with her. You know, at the end of the day, everyone that works in a manufacturing industry, they're all basically sales reps or salespeople, which completely makes sense. As you know, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I was going to an update of my samples, new releases that are coming out in summer/Ramadan. And I'm super happy with it now, but it's been a bit of a journey. So the manufacturer that I'm dealing with at the moment, they basically had me pay for the sample. We agreed on all the fabric materials, the designs, the style, the colors. I sent them Pantone colors and everything, which we all agreed on. She basically said that we couldn't do it because it doesn't look nice. So I asked them for the rendering and then they gave me the rendering and it looked awesome. So I was like, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. Finally, the samples are coming, but they've started making it on the week they're supposed to be sent. So I'm a little bit behind schedule, but that is just the nature of manufacturing. Like wholesale is so much easier, but that's just a given. You know, you're already picking selected designs and it is completely communication based. So happy days. I'm just planning ahead for everything else. Today I'll be also doing a little bit of meal prep for the coming working week. I might do a try on of our fail samples. There's a couple of things that I haven't put up on my social media pages that requires long form content. I'll show you guys what went wrong. This is the first fail sample that was meant to be released as a like a formal prestige gown piece that we saw online, and we modified it quite a bit to obviously not copy the design, but something that we thought that would be really popular. So we wanted that white and chocolate brown kind of combo. Now that I've got it on, it just feels so heavy. It's so funny. Like, I can't even button this up properly because they haven't cut the button like holes big enough. But anyway, you get the vibe. So it's obvious white didn't work out. It's super heavy, and I think when you put like the armholes in, it just feels like this massive weight, and it's just way too thick for starters. I think the fabric needs to be changed, the type of buttons, because they're a little bit flimsy, and we had like this belt inside so you could just pull the back and tighten it a little bit if you wanted to. So yeah, this design definitely didn't work out for us. Guys, I just realized I said fail samples, but it was only one fail sample. And then this, obviously just these two here, the ones that I already put on my social media, these clearly didn't work out, but I think these could come back in a totally different fabric again. Actually, recently that other brands have put out designs like this. It's not unique anymore, but that's okay. These might make a return in the near future. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about this design. So this one here is a design that I picked online and then I've customized it. So I just wanted something light and flowy that everybody could wear, and it is something that, you know, it's not tight. It's a semi A-line dress. I really, I've always loved these flute sleeves and I just wanted to bring them back, and they're obviously double layered. Very beautiful, elegant chiffon fabric. It's not coming in this specific pattern and color. It is coming in at two different shades and two different patterns, and they are so gorgeous. I will let you be the judge. The first sample that they sent me, and I felt like it needed to be a little bit longer. So if you look, I'm wearing pants underneath, but if you look on the side here, 163 centimeters tall. Any changes I've made to this was the lining. So the lining is super light and airy and great for summer, and it's stretchy as well. But the only thing I've changed in here is I felt it was a little bit see-through, especially in the daylight, so I've changed it to a thicker fabric. These are all lined. There's a zip at the back that just kind of stops like right here, and I've made it into a 50 centimeter zip, so it's so much easier to put on. Cut on the side here, it's you still have enough space for a large bust area here, because I know that is an issue that people have been telling me about, that modest dressing isn't catered for curvy girls as well. So feel so elegant in it. I'll be a surprise item that I'll be selling with these, but I will keep that a secret until launch day. Guys, come and make a date loaf with me. It is a sugar-free recipe. I've got my dates soaked in boiling water, and I'll show you how I make this. I found this recipe online when I started like almost a sugar-free journey. I'm cutting down on sugar at the moment, and I'm just looking for healthier alternative recipes that I can have as a healthy-ish snack. And I'll link the recipe down below as well. Guys, we're in bed with our eye masks on. We've switched off after packing our orders, and we'll see you in our next vlog. Bye.